but I believe in that. You know, that we conjure up in our mind of a true leadership. That is a false image that we are having on them. We respect the leaders in our lives, our Bibles, our history books, and we revere them. Even if these leaders have never walked up that monument, you know, or elevated to that mountaintop, or to the step of a monument, like I said, we elevate them in our imagination. But that high position is not why we admire them or why we hold them in such a high position. We admire our leaders because they have held themselves in such a high standard. Okay? They have held themselves in such a high standard, and by doing so, they have inspired us to do the same. At the age of 20, he became a king. He was fearless, he was a fighter, he was undefeated in battle. He was Alexander the Great. About 2,300 years ago, Alexander marched his troop in Persian desert. It was dry, it was desolate, it was hot, scorching hot. About 30,000 of his men were tormented by thirst. They were thirsty. So was he. So, meanwhile, during that time, a small troop of infirmary men came together. They decided to go in search of water. So they searched and searched around, and they finally came upon a small revive of revision water. So one of the soldiers excitedly started to scoop the water and put it in his helmet. He collected the water in his helmet, and he rushed back to the leader. So, but when Alexander saw his men coming back, he had only one concern. And that concern was about not quenching the thirst, but quenching the spirit of his man. And so when they handed the helmet to their leader, Alexander the Great, he took the same helmet, he held it up so that everyone could see that. And he did something unimaginable. He flipped upside down the helmet so that the water be lost in the ground, on the ground. The message was clear. What do you understand by this?
Secretary is Mr. J.R. Nervo, who is one of the board members. He was elected as the Honorary General Secretary from the year 2022. The YMCA Shillong is an organization led by the Board of Directors, which consists of 15 members. The Shillong YMCA runs the Computer Education Center, where we train about 300 students in a year. We have a total number of 7 staffs, including teachers and office staff. We have qualified computer instructors working on a full-time basis. We offer different computer courses to the students, such as Basic, DCA, PGDCA, D2P, Tally, etc. We make students feel at home by organizing events for the students on occasions such as Christmas times, and also facilitate to pass out students with certificates and mementos.
Name of YMCA is YMCA. The date of establishment is 18th May 1981. Registration number is 1983. Date of affiliation is 1983. Office address is M24 code zone ISO 79605. We own land. We own property, which is landed property, but notification of registration is yet to be finalized. Name of office bearers are as follows: President Dr. Arnold Hangela, Minister, Vice President Dr. Zatar Chiamsang, ILA, General Secretary Engineer Ken Software, Retired in CBWP, Advisor to Chief Minister Technical. Treasurer is Mr. Balazu Indiana. Joint Secretaries are Mr. Joe Azatama, Mr. Kela Dongela, MLA, Dr. Tankimi, Branch Medical Officer. We have 17 directors, and number of we have
1988, but due to many reasons, it stopped functioning eventually. But thanks to the initiatives taken by the present Regional Council Secretary, Mr. Shamir Thaba, YMCA came back with a new name, the Joy City YMCA. The Joy City YMCA, as I have stated earlier, begins its journey again on the 28th April 2022 with 30 members. During the last financial year, we have participated actively in the programs of the Regional Council. Our members participated in programs of Aizawl, Nongjalang, Shillong, these three programs. The Joy City YMCA started computer educational programs for the benefit of IB last year. I am happy to let you know also that the state government.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our secretary, I am Ms. Baranti Ramstang, will be reading the brief report from Shampoo YMCA. Mr. Secretary, the Shampoo YMCA was established on the 25th of June 2022 in the presence of the Regional Secretary of Northeast India, Sir Shamir Thaba, Sir Joe Arset Thanga, and some committee members of the region. On that day, the Board of Directors had been inducted by our church leader, Elder M. Nongtudu. As of now, we had enrolled 50 plus members of our association. Though we are new to the family of YMCA, but we do hope that we will get an affiliation with the National Council of YMCA as soon as possible. So that we do hope that we will get an affiliation with the National Council of YMCA. Shampoo YMCA had attended many programs of YMCA. First, the regional meeting in Aizawl, 4 to 6 August 2022. Second, the Youth Assembly of YMCA in Nongtalang, 3 to 6 October 2022. Number 3, the National Council of YMCA India in Shillong, 4 to 6 November 2022. And the Women's Assembly of YMCA in Aizawl on 26 of 27 January 2023. Shampoo YMCA was also celebrated the International Day for Older Person in 1st October 2022. We also organized the gospel musical concert on the 16th December 2022 to raise funds of YMCA so that we can able to fulfill the aims and objectives of Shampoo YMCA. Last but not the least, we are planning to celebrate the first anniversary of our YMCA within this month, so we request each and everyone to remember us in your prayer so that God will give us strength and wisdom to work for the glory of God. Thank you.
Rewind back a flashback. YMCA started in Nagaland in 2004. It was started off, our very brother here, Sir Fernandez is there. Okay, he was then the president, and for 3 years he took over. But probably there were some unforeseen problems and he could not take over. Then there was a gap over there. Then after 2-3 years, there was a search committee from the Northeast, and I can see Michael Good coming all the way over here, and also then the General Secretary from the Northeast region came looking out, and they all sat. So we all, I don't know, they called upon all of us, like Jeffrey and all of us who were there. A lot of big committee was done. Then they said that I think we need to revive back the YMCA, and that's how we had a meeting also in Curry Cross where Father also was there, and it revived back after some hurdles. And now probably if I say if you look in 2004,